guess, and see how it and shit.
Take your chaos elsewhere.
My stream looks good.
There we are. The Banished, new trailer. Showed it at Evo. Thank you again, like I was saying earlier, for all the amazingly kind comments about it. Awesome. Just like the team. I mean, obviously, you see a trailer like that, there is just all hands are in that somewhere. And
Gotta be the best trailer that they've
People
made so
thought
far.
maybe it was just going to be Reptile.
Besides maybe the Lin Kuei one.
With a little bit more.
Yeah, no, it really is showing off the 3D era characters, and we're bringing them back. We've listened. We're excited to like put a new spin on some of these characters that people haven't seen for 16 years or so, right? And to give them new life and new personalities, and to make Reptile probably the coolest he's been in quite some time.
And the cutest.
And the cutest.
Let us go one by one. We'll start with you, Tiago. About what
The stream is
stood out?
definitely messing up right now.
So there's really two things. I'm gonna pick one, but like
you can do two. You're our
guest.
guest.
Do two? Okay, I'm gonna do two. Okay, first,
I'm
like an old school Reptile guy. I love Reptile, so just seeing him again and seeing the fan reaction to him has been incredible. So that's awesome. But also seeing the corrupted living forest.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
We see a spooky living
So it is a
forest.
living
Not
forest.
the really nice, cute
People
one
were
we saw
wondering
before.
if there's some of the dark stages will be returning,
There
and the
is.
Banished trailer
Starts with a banger of a dark
It starts with a really dark one.
Yeah, there's like I think flesh and body parts and I don't know
know.
what's going on there.
I'm not ready to talk about
Okay,
that one
okay,
yet.
okay,
You know,
okay.
we'll just
So
have
don't
to
worry.
wonder what that one
They're
is.
there.
Okay.
They're there. They are there.
Okay.
Mr. Kurtzik.
Yeah. For me, it was Havoc punching the opponent
Yeah,
during the
that was
fatal
fire.
blow so much that he breaks his own hands off and then stabs them in the head with the bones. I think it's awesome.
That was
I
dope.
love it.
Awesome. Mine would be the Reptile, the death roll.
Oh yeah.
Just a plop, 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 plop. I love that. It's brutal and just it's super imaginative coming from a Reptile like that. Like
Absolutely.
We all know what that death roll is.
We've
hitting
all
you
been
with
there.
that. I was hitting you with that yesterday.
You were hitting me with that yesterday. I do remember that. Well, that's great.
See? Tyler, salty about losing.
I don't know.
Salty.
Yeah.
You lost too, though.
I did. Hey, you know, it was about the fun we had.
It was, and that's what it's all about. So let's talk real quickly. Tell us your job. What do you do?
Well, he told us his job. He
So
started with that.
I'll get into it. So I'm an art development director, which means that I help the development of characters and environments. So I work with our extremely talented in-house art team and our external partners.
Who do amazing work.
Incredible work. All the credit goes to them. I'm here, but like really all the love and admiration goes to them because yeah, they have put together some incredible art this game, and we're really proud of what
And the
game
level of
looks
detail that there is in literally everything.
Yeah.
And even the fun little Easter eggs.
Ooh, there's a lot of fun little Easter eggs. We've been able to put a lot of them in the environments, and we're really happy about that.
I feel like almost like the stage is just every game. They keep getting better, keep getting more intricate, and they tell their own story. They're like they're almost like a character within the game themselves. There's stuff going on in the background you got to keep your eye on. It's really
Absolutely. And with the new consoles, right? Like we've been able to do much more in the backgrounds than we've been able to in the past, and we have things like the lighting scenarios and things like that really kind of help.
They
give you
just
some
are
visual
fire.
variety to the levels.
Give it life.
And give it life.
Gives it life.
cool. Let's talk, kind of start to finish, how this occurs.
Yeah. So I brought some artwork along with me, so we're gonna look at some concepts of the living forest, and we're gonna look at some speeds first. So if you want to cue them up,
Okay.
the first, our first step here when we start designing a background is we start with these speeds. Now we say speeds, but these are pretty fleshed out concepts, and full credit goes to our environment concept artist in the studio here, Joe Zanko, who did a number of these. There should be 3 of these if you want to kind of,
How long does a speed take?
You know, it really depends on the level of like completeness that we get to them. I would say these probably, you know, between all of them about a week to get a sheet of them done.
It's funny they're called speeds, but then they're full blown pieces of art.
They are full blown pieces of art, and what we do with these speeds is we find areas of interest in them, and then kind of combine them into a final concept, right? So we'll find like, hey, we like the way this tree looks in this one, or we like the composition of this speed.
Pick and choose, and
we kind of combine it and Frankenstein it.
It's like an amalgamation of like many speeds into one thing that everybody agrees on.
Everyone agrees on, yeah. So we have a final concept with like a top-down kind of a view here. Here we go. So this is what the final concept for Living Forest looks like, and then we also do a top-down to just kind of help, you know, spatially
It looks a lot more
figure out
like
how this
tropical.
thing is laid out. And this really helps our 3D environment art team. So like
This
Corey,
also shows some depth.
it does. It absolutely does. Yeah. And that's really important with our shoebox levels, right? Like we really want to have that depth and that parallax. So as you're kind of moving back and forth on the fight line, you have that, you know, things kind of come in and go out of view, and it really kind of gives you that cool depth.
Is there any fun little creatures or anything inside that environment?
Ooh, there's a lot of fun little things like the whole idea behind the Living Forest, this game. If you want to pull up the pan, we can talk up. Yeah, here we go. So a lot of the fun little things with this version of the Living Forest has been that, you know, the trees are almost like these ancestral kind of guardians that
Definitely
like,
looks
you know,
a lot
they're tied
different.
to different families. So you have almost like offerings at the base of all
Looks
of
so
those
realistic,
trees of
bro.
people
This
that
game
coming
looks so good.
into the Living Forest year after year, kind of depositing these different offerings to the trees, and we have like little baby trees too that are just starting. Little baby trees.
These
so
trees don't look like they want to eat anybody.
They don't. No, these are really nice trees.
Did you get
know?
the five-legged deer in or no?
That's for something else.
Oh, gotcha.
And just like the sweet like God rays coming through the trees, and like
Yeah.
it's great how like as you see it pan, how deep you can see, how far
Yeah.
back the forest actually goes.
Exactly.
And just adding that depth to a fighting game, it makes it feel so living and so living.
It's a forest.
That's
It's
living.
Right.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's just cool to see how deep it can go.
Absolutely, and you know, even with things like JT, who does all of our lighting with the different lighting scenarios, right? Like even the different lighting scenario for Living Forest gives it a completely different vibe, right?
That's
like
awesome.
we've seen it in a couple of trailers in the past, but yeah, I think it really helps. So you know, huge shout out to the lighting guys, to the environment guys,
The
Corey,
art team
Pico,
all around.
everyone.
Absolutely.
Like honestly, fantastic work.
Thank you so much. Anything else you'd like to add about like
Beating
stages,
Tyler.
beating
Oh,
me?
sorry.
What some of your favorite things about your job are? Anything
Oh
like that?
man, I think the best thing about my job is just the people I work with, right? I normally get sick of you guys are gonna get sick of me just shouting people out, but like really, it is such a group effort. Everyone here is you know putting in hard work to make this thing look as good as it can, and I think it really shows, and I'm incredibly proud of the team and the product.
You know, and just the responses we've gotten to a lot of the new stages that people saw in the trailer, I hope those definitely
What
buoy
the
you
hell?
all and make you
Oh,
feel happy
absolutely.
because they're just
It
like
makes us so
Did the
happy.
stream
so many
stop?
cool comments about it because people were a bit like, you
What's going
know,
on?
stages are beautiful, but a lot of them are bright, and
Yeah.
where's the dark? Oh, well,
Oh, you brought the darkness.
Here
Here's
you
some
are.
darkness.
Yeah,
Here's
so-
some darkness.
So don't worry,
Yeah,
we knew.
we got you covered. We got you covered.
So-
Don't worry.
Well, thank you so much for coming by and showing
Yeah,
this stuff.
course.
Stages look awesome. Such a big part of the game. Such a like I said, its own character of the game, and it adds so
know.
much flavor and awesomeness to
I'm
it.
excited for people to get their hands on it and go through every little
Very
little
soon.
inch.
It's
Yes,
good.
very
It's
soon,
very
very
soon.
soon.
I think the stream's fine.
So we'll let you get back to doing some stage stuff, looking at some speeds. No, still not?
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
I probably got to do that today.
See, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So we're gonna play you a quick trailer. You've probably already seen about our DLC, but it's still awesome. We're gonna show it again so we can get Stephanie in behind and you can get out.
I'm
So-
gonna lay down on the back there.
Yeah. Please do.
Yeah.
Fine by me.
I'm gonna
Just wanna
miss
hang
you.
out.
Don't leave.
If you're gonna
So
show off
thank
the
you very much
DLC
for
trailer,
coming.
you gotta
Thanks
talk
for having
about
me.
it.
And we will be back shortly with some character breakdowns.
The battle between good and evil is eternal.
when I first saw Omni-Man, I was like, that doesn't really look like Omni-Man. And then I was also like, it doesn't really look like J.K. Simmons. But the more I look at it, it looks exactly how Omni-Man should look, because it does actually kind of look like J.K. Simmons a bit, and I'm wondering if they got his face for the Omni-Man model. Also, if you told me that, like, this was, like, live action, I would believe you, because, jeez, that trailer looks insane. It's not much,
All right,
so they're
awesome
able to
DLC trailer. I'm
pack
sure a lot
in
of you
all
have seen it,
that
but it's always cool to see.
photorealistic stuff.
So excited.
Homelander.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Peacemaker.
Ermac for me. So we have 3, and the rest.
Yes.
Sorry about them all.
Yeah.
Ermac's your guy. He was
yes.
your MK9 main when I first met you.
Ermac was the first main I really ever. I mean, I played the arcade games. But
Please
like,
give
when I was
Ermac a mask.
deeply into it, first main I ever had.
True.
So very exciting. Let's welcome Stephanie
Hello.
to the cast. Going to go over some characters today. Very excited about that. Before we do that, I want to talk about our trip to Evo.
Oh yeah.
I think just on behalf of all of us, I'd like to thank everyone who was able to be there and play the game and give us such wonderful compliments and things you want to see different. Like that's the thing about these things. People, that's awesome.
Right.
But we got so many great comments, and it was just really cool seeing everyone and hanging out and watching you play the game and enjoy it. Comments?
Yeah, it's super fun when you see people do like the fatal blows or the fatalities for the first time, and they're like, "Oh my god!" and then laughing. And
I don't know why,
enjoying it.
man. That's so
It's awesome,
crappy
'cause, you know,
when
you work on something
I
for
start
like
streaming.
years, and I've seen Johnny Cage's fatality 8,000 times.
Yes.
But seeing
Yes.
someone see it for the first time, they're just like, "That is crazy." It's a great feeling.
You sometimes you're so in working on the game and just getting that excitement from
Right.
the new eyes.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Right.
Derek.
Well, my favorite thing about Evo was just like the fans, getting to spend time with the fans, the influencers in our booth, like hanging out with them, finally meeting some of them that we've been watching for years, right? And then also these sweet ass shoes. Big fan of these sweet ass Evo shoes. Love those. But really just hanging out with the fans and like seeing them go from the end of the line up to playing and then being like, I'm getting back in line because they just love the experience. And also there was some updates and changes, right? A little bit of a movement change, right?
People liked that.
People really, really dug that. And it just goes to show, yeah, we're always listening, and everything's still a work in progress, right?
Right.
Yes.
And that should be said right now too
That's
about
dope.
just the gameplay you're going to see.
Added
There might be
Dashbox,
things
yeah.
that change. I think remember correctly, there was a combo I created called the Dundee with Kano, which worked for some streams, and then some balances.
It went
happened. It went
bye.
bye. I still hear about the Dundee. Real quick for me about Evo, the being on stage and being able to debut the trailer for everyone was really fun and interesting and a cool, like a bucket list experience. Being able to show that for our entire team here and be sort of them for a moment was really cool. Want to thank Rick.
Oh,
of
yes.
course, for giving us the opportunity to show our game off and things like that.
And Evo just was great. It was absolutely great.
Yes.
Had such a wonderful time. Stephanie, what was your favorite moment?
Oh, it's got to be the grand finals of the MK11 tournament. What a tremendous ending for not just that tournament, but kind of the competitive life of MK11 as the main stage game.
What do I hate the most?
Mirror matches.
That mirror match was incredible.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
absolutely
incredible. My heart was pounding. I was completely invested in the moment. It could have gone either way. It ended in a crushing blow.
Right.
You can't write drama better than that.
Right.
Fantastic.
Yep. Congrats, Ninja Killer.
Yes.
Great
Yes.
job. Great job.
And everyone who competed throughout the lifetime.
The twins,
Shout out
the
Ninja
entire
Killer.
top six, everyone who entered,
Killer?
and yeah, the entire last few years. I think MK11, definitely every game we release, the level of play gets higher and higher. You know, players now train better, have better online,
Right.
just smarter, more experience, and all that. And that just continued with 11.
And my main guy, Foxy Grandpa.
Yes.
Keep being Foxy.
Let's talk about.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, there's people will call them the goats of the game. Mine is probably Foxy, just for his consistency.
Very few people played MK9 at the highest level and have continued in every game we release.
If there's
It
a
is
top 8,
very
Foxy
impressive.
will 1,000% be there.
And he's hella cheeky.
Cheeky. Good one. There we go. So that was Evo. Thank you again for showing up. If you were able to be there, and if not, hope you'll be able to see everything on stream.
Yep.
And really enjoy it because it was great for us and just much appreciated. Let's move on.
Are we
Alright,
doing
you wanna
this? We
see
jumping
Smoke?
in?
Yep, we're going to talk about Smoke today. So today
Hey.
we're going to talk about we're taking a character from a bunch of different trailers. We're doing
Right.
Smoke. Then we're going to do Ashrah.
Ashrah.
And then Geras.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so let's start with Smoke.
Are they doing all
I
of
think
them? Or is it
when
just
you think
smoke?
about Smoke throughout the last 30 years now, I think mobility is one of the things I think of. You look at when he was a secret character in MK2, he had super fast walk speed. He could walk up and throw you in like 2 seconds. Then you look at MK3, he had Human had the teleport punch, and then Robot had the teleport uppercut, and then all the way into MK9, he had the phase, the shake, smoke bomb teleport. Like, I think he's always been a
Smoke
character
looks
that can
fire
get
in
in.
this game.
Always had mobility. Always
Exactly.
had mobility and ways to close the gap and also be right on top of you. Teleport
Right.
punch.
He's dangerous from full screen anywhere you want to hit a button.
I hope we see
he has
like
an
some new
opportunity to throw
cameo
you up for
gameplay
it,
too.
And that continues in MK1. So let's take a look.
Let's do it.
But first, let's talk about his
Hey.
normal attacks.
Damn, this
One
looks
of the new things you
fire.
might notice is he has this knife, which is a karambit,
Sub-Zero
which is
cameo, okay.
Indonesia, I believe. And he uses it in most of his normal attacks. You can see he has this slicey dice.
Slicey dice, yep. He's just cutting you up.
Low slice.
There goes your Achilles.
He uses it in his uppercut, jabs, and his throw.
Oh, right under the mouth. That's the worst. Yeah.
Another noteworthy thing about his normal attacks is he has a really good long distance overhead. which
That's
is
a
back
that's a
two.
normal?
Yep. That definitely that covers some space. That's for dang sure. And that's gonna put him right where he wants to be, up close, right?
Exactly. And it is complemented by a low that could be a combo starter.
So he's got instantly the low high
All
or
these
low overhead
stages
mix.
look fire.
Exactly.
The blender.
The blender.
Yes. Yeah, I think he's going to be an awesome mix-up character.
You can see the dude doing Wing
So let's
Chun
go over
in the
his special moves.
background.
You can kind of see how he plays up close. So how is he going to get that 50-50 going?
Yeah.
So the first thing we'll talk about is his anti-air options. One of his brand new special moves is this anti-air night toss. Jump.
Oh,
Catch you in the
nailed
air
it.
And pull
Ooh,
you
and
in.
it pulls you.
Jump again. And if you EX it, he pulls you right up with a bunch of recovery. And then you can actually go into your mix-ups.
Right. So he has his own kind of get over here, if you will.
And
Exactly.
he's patrolling the skies.
Yes.
Smoke and Havoc are
So
about
he
to be
also
like
has
my
a new
second
take on the
mains.
classic
Second
smoke
and
bomb.
third
He
mains.
throws the smoke bomb into the air and then will drop down. This will track the opponent. So up close, it'll be real quick, and even full screen.
And I ain't
Throws
really
over
liked
behind them,
Smoke back in the
and
day,
into
but
overhead.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Making
So
me like him
constantly
here.
closing the distance.
Exactly. So if you read a projectile, if you think they're crouch blocking because of the low, you can go for that. And the EX version has an extra special property. Instead of dropping down and doing that attack, he'll just drop down and he'll be invisible.
Because that's what you want, is to deal with somebody with overheads and lows
Why
and
can't he be
invisible.
invisible?
Right.
Yeah,
so
sounds
if
like
you
great.
were thinking, I don't know, that
Is he
back
able to
to-
be invisible
I
in
bet
MK9?
I could react to that.
Right.
How do you react to an overhead that you literally
Can't
cannot see?
You start spamming stuff.
Yep.
Exactly.
Low pokes, low pokes. Get.
So another special move is the classic teleport. This time it starts as a low, then goes into the teleport.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So if you EX it, you get a combo starter.
And that punch is very, like, throwbacky to, like,
Exactly.
MK3
It's like a
Robot.
new take on Robot Smoke.
Love it.
That's
I love
fire.
it.
He also can cancel this one.
Oh, okay. Something I will never do. Nope. I commit, okay, at all
You
times.
do.
Yeah, I
And
never
there's a fun
cancel my
property.
moves,
Oh.
dude.
EX cancel it. He turns invisible.
Okay, so he can go invisible in other ways.
I tried to find you, but you punched me first.
And lastly, he has a new take on his phase teleport move. He will phase through, go full screen no matter where you are, and go in with his attack. And this can be used not just to close the gap and check the opponent, but it can go under fireball. So, please fireball.
Let's see if he can do it. Oh, wow, first time Lanny.
There
Wow.
you go.
Wow.
And this
So I
can
guess you
also
are
be
vulnerable.
I was just going to
like,
ask.
If it's like a
So instead
mid
of,
attack
you
or a
make it
high
hard for you to
attack,
projectile,
either one of
have a lot
those,
recovery, you
and
can
go
actually
under
stop
it.
right in front of him and get a full punish.
And go
That's
into your
dope.
business.
Go into
Or-
the business.
Exactly. If they're blocking, you can go ahead, stop in front of them, go for a 50-50, jump over, throw, whatever you want.
Cool. Did you do his throw yet?
I did.
Oh, okay.
How?
Oh yeah, under the mouth. Didn't want to see it again. Just kidding.
When you're playing as Smoke, what kind of what are you looking for in a cameo?
Great question, and I'm always a big fan of pointing out that you could shore up on your weaknesses. Like, you'll notice he doesn't have a traditional projectile.
Correct.
So you could give him someone like Sonya who has ring toss. Or you can double down on what you have and maybe get even bigger combos. Or maybe you can use someone who has new combo starters and mix-ups options. But what I picked here is Cameo Sub-Zero, who makes counter zoning even better because he has a really nifty, tricky move where he coats you in ice armor and you become projectile immune.
Oh.
So let's make
Fire.
something fresh.
For sure.
I guess I should
Fireball
say
me.
cool.
Fireball me.
He is literally just absorbing fireballs and can walk you down.
That-
He's taking no damage
dope.
from that?
Correct.
What?
He could also turn invisible and have it on.
But now
Okay.
I want to spam it out now.
It's like
Yeah,
Armor.
so you pointed out earlier.
Like
one of the best
actual
things to do when
armor,
someone's
but also,
invisible
like-
is to start spamming projectiles.
Right.
You can hit a stray
It's
ball
armor,
trying to
that
move
is
around.
what it is, it's
He can
armor.
literally use Sub-Zero, become projectile immune, be invisible, teleport behind you, and then start doing 50-50.
That's very sneaky.
He is sneaky.
That's
I
very
think,
sneaky. Sneaky ninja.
and that's a great key word there, ninja, because I don't think Smoke's ever been this much of a ninja, in my opinion. I think it's pretty rad.
Oh yeah, no, I'm loving it. I think it's very cool. You know me, I'm one of those in-your-face kind of players.
You do like rushing down.
Nothing but risk.
I think I had to remind you of the block button once.
Yeah, probably.
And yeah, he definitely feels like he's going to be high risk, but really, really flashy, very, very quick.
And that's when you talk about like how you want to deal with Smoke as an opponent. Risk.
Right, yeah, I think you're going to have kind of two strategies. One would be accept that he's going to counter zone you. Your fireballs are not going to be super efficient. Just play the game, patient, bait him out,
Full
punish
Sub-Zero
him.
throw.
Or rush down the rush down guy. And like someone like Liu Kang who might have faster normals up close, be able to poke him out, go for your own mix-ups, that kind of stuff.
Got it.
Cool.
But he is definitely going to bait mistakes, punish people that are, getting too big for their britches, and then go for his big combos and all that. I think he's going to be really exciting to watch.
Awesome. We should probably take a look at the. You have anything more?
No, I think we should show you the Fatal Blow.
Let's do it.
So this also goes with this theme. It'll track you no matter where you on screen, and it's an overhead. So check out this.
All right. Blam.
Bro, I swear, this fatal blow looks like a fucking fatality. He literally
Any
blows your
last
chest
notes
open.
about Smoke?
No, I'm just really excited to see like the really creative players mix him up with different cameos and stuff, and then go crazy with the cancels and all that. I think it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, some of my favorite characters to watch are the ones that have this sort of, like we've talked about it before, this like ballet of destruction where everything's
Yes.
just moving around, flipping out, all that sort of thing. So that's super exciting.
I'm excited to get to play him. Like, he looks more of like this type of characters that I would be into, just rush down, constant
Can you
pressure.
Select Liu Kang.
You got it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, definitely a character I could see you getting on.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, yeah, I think Smoke's probably going to be in my rotation of characters, my repertoire, if you will. See how you handle it.
Hopefully well.
Yeah, and I think Smoke's a character that's changed throughout the last 30 years.
Oh, he was my absolute favorite in MK3, right?
He's
Like,
literally been a robot, and I think this is probably the most ninja-like. His animations and all that, the use of the karambit, I think is really neat.
So we're going through this stream is sort of like we're kind of hitting a character from most of the trailers.
I feel like Smoke has always been the
Smoke
most
from earlier, we got
ninja-y
Geras coming up from his solo
ninja.
shot, and now
'Cause the
let's
smoke.
Tell us a little bit about Ashrah.
So, Ashrah is from Mortal
That's why I
Kombat
always thought he was
Section.
kinda
She's
boring,
been in
'cause, like, he
Armageddon,
just
and
looked
she's been
like an
active
ninja,
for
but-
17
Woo.
years. There's a whole bunch of fans who have never
looks
even
cool.
seen her in a game because they may have started
Right.
with X or
Ashrah.
who knows what MK9.
Nine.
or
Yeah,
so
yeah.
This is really exciting, and I am super happy to see this.
this is a brand new character
I'm
for a
hoping they
lot
can
of
sell
our,
me
our
on
newer
Ashrah,
players.
because
Right.
when
And
I was
it's been
watching the
so long
trailer,
since we've seen her,
she looked
she's
kind of mid to
kind
me.
of been redesigned and reimagined anyway, so she's got a real fresh coat of paint. So let's check her out.
Let's do it.
All right.
So Ashrah is a demon who has found an artifact, the Chris. It's a mystical sword. And when she slays demons with it, it purifies her soul. So she fights with the Chris all the time. And you could imagine that gives her exceptionally good range.
How many bad things do you think she's done that she's constantly having to purify her soul?
She is literally a demon from the nether realm, so I think she's been a bad girl.
All right.
She's been through it.
All right. She's
Yeah,
done a few bad things.
You can see almost all of her normal attacks use her weapon. Like, she's got a super good uppercut.
Which is going to give her good range
Yeah,
instantly.
even her sweep uses her sword.
Little bop there.
Is that the professional term?
Yeah,
for it, the
we all
bop?
know that's the bop.
I've played against Dan in Cinematics Plays.
It
a lot
seems
of
like they're
Ashrah,
not really
the
changing
range
her
she keeps you at is
backstory
sort of
up too
frustrating.
much.
Right.
Probably just gotta go
Throw.
more in depth on it.
Slashy slash.
The slashy slash. We got a bop. We got a slashy slash. Ooh. Little frost throw.
And now let's go over special moves because they are very neat. She has a really unique playstyle. So the first thing she has is
Why do you fall?
projectile,
He fell so
which is
slow.
not a typical fast, tiny projectile. It takes up a ton of real estate on screen. Does not go full screen, and it's not the fastest in the world, but it reaches almost to the top of the screen.
So you're not jumping it.
Exactly.
Right.
And you're not ducking it.
Exactly.
Good one,
She
Tyler.
also has crisscross, which is a sword slash.
The gold
Excellent
particles just
combo
don't
ender.
look good to me.
And
I don't know.
control kind of the ground and the air. And what's one of the ways you
Hold
beat,
up.
like long range
Who's sitting on that throne right there?
Beat.
beat it? Yeah, by jumping. So you could say crisscross makes you
Jump, jump.
You really set these up.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I don't understand why people say this is cringe. I don't get that.
No, not at all.
It's my least favorite term on the internet, by the way.
So, did any of the attacks you were just showing have EX versions?
Yes. In fact, I'll show one right now. The sword uppercut, which when you EX it, allows her to combo.
Awesome. But the projectile and the crissity crossity.
They just do more damage.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Cool.
And I
Melina
think
on the
crisscross
throne.
has a pop-up.
Okay, cool.
So thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, team, no problem.
And then lastly, we have the Ghost Dash. So this is a cool move where she sends a ghost, travels as far as she wants, and she can cancel it.
That's kind of cool.
Nope.
And she can also do this quicker version that goes behind you.
But you're following it.
Exactly.
So, for the most part, she's got a bunch of range attacks,
Yes.
and she can get distance with her sword attacks. So she really kind of plays that mid to far game. And if you try jumping in at her, she has that special move that just is a rising sword attack that's just then going to allow her to extend air combos.
Exactly.
Nailed it.
But there's one really cool mechanic involved in all this that makes her just an added layer to make her a little bit more in depth.
Tell us about that layer.
She
Let's
can
peel that onion.
Tap into her dark side, and this changes the properties.
Okay,
on most of
I
her
get it.
special
So
Okay.
she's kind
The
of like
fireball
duelist Liu Kang from MKX.
Oh,
It's a
jeez.
Short, medium, and far version.
Okay. And so that you have to choose
She can,
which version, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
she can
Gotcha.
choose between like light and dark. That's kind of cool.
Turn it back on.
I wasn't a
Gotta
huge
turn
fan
on
of
the
that
darkness.
variation
Her
for Liu
shadow
Kang
charge
back
completely changes, and now it
in
actually
the MKX days.
teleports her to the location.
Okay.
But it's definitely an
And
interesting
she can
take.
again cancel it,
It was an interesting take on Liu Kang, but I feel like
Okay,
it makes more
okay.
sense for
or
her.
actually go directly to where the ghost is, and she can use that to go behind you. She can cancel it, and she can still do the quick attack.
Okay.
Now, one thing you might notice is when she's doing these moves, the opponent is getting dark side attached to them. which
Yeah,
can
those
stack
little
up-
swirly things around there, right?
Exactly, which can stack up to 3 times. Once she turns back to light, all of her light attacks will then do an extra hit of damage, depending on how many stacks she has.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Now, some of the ghost slashes, can you do any of those in the air, anything like
Yes,
that? Yeah?
She can do all the ghost slashes in the air and drop down.
Oh, jeez.
She can do an attack. She can hit combos with it.
What can't she do?
Pretty much.
I don't think she has a command grab.
She does not have a
Okay.
So,
Or a pure soul.
So playing as her, your goal is really you're switching back and forth and back and
Exactly.
forth to get
Yes.
as much damage as you can.
Yes, you're going to be wanting to switch it back and forth depending on the range you're at, what the opponent's tools are,
You can really
no.
min
And
max
you're
your damage.
and you're locking them down
Exactly.
with distance anyway too.
So, let's talk about cameos. I chose Frost.
Okay.
You might be saying, now how am I supposed to be switching in and out in the middle of a fight?
Right.
Yukane's going to be advancing on me. He might do his flying kick, his fireballs, and all that. Well, let's cover a couple of Frost moves. One is the ground ice, straight from Deadly Alliance. Super fast, low.
Right, so you can
And
switch.
it seems
in
to cover
between
like
the
a
stuff.
majority of the screen.
Exactly. This is going to be a big time movement check when you're fighting Frost. You could let it rip at any time. It's going to be super dangerous, and that's going to keep the opponent on their toes.
And then boom, you've hit it. Swap.
Exactly. She also has Orby Orb,
Orby Orb.
where she sends a frozen orb out, a slow-moving orb that'll freeze the opponent if it hits them.
And you got to respect that. That's basically it.
Exactly. A perfect time to switch your stance, get your things going.
Cool.
And then lastly, she has this
Nope.
stalactite move that's a super quick combo ender. Or if she holds
I
it,
wonder
she
if they're
makes a
gonna add
secret special
4
forward
cameo
move.
moves
What?
for all the
She does these
characters.
Stabby stabs. And if you block, you can see this
Or if it's
has-
just a frost
Can
thing.
you
Just
What?
for like
the controller and block?
balance or something.
This will actually push you full screen and do chip, and that can get you back in range to be going for your.
And that's a
switching
low,
out.
too, that you're doing there.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
And now the meter burner hold down stabby stab. Did that cost any additional meter or anything like
I
that?
believe it's still the same as regular.
Okay.
I believe. I do not have the cooldown times.
Okay.
And also something to mention, still game in progress. Things
Yeah.
are still being tweaked and
Yes.
balanced and whatnot.
Totally.
So things you see here, damage-wise and that sort of thing, may change,
Yeah.
obviously. So,
So-
just
Oh,
keep
there's
that in
there's a
mind.
very good chance.
Yes.
There's a very good chance.
We'll
they will
all
do-
remember the combo I did back in
Oh, here he
11
goes.
that just didn't work later.
No.
And
Oh,
I
the
still
Dundee.
The Dundee. Yeah.
Dundee, and I still hear about it to this day.
So let's check out our fatal blow. I think the wings are so bad.
Yeah. Huge fan of the wings.
It's an audible gasp during the.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is
That's fire.
Ashrah. It is
That's a
super
fire
exciting to
fatal
have
blow.
her back. I love how we've again taken these almost 20-year-old characters and reimagined them.
Welcome back, Ashrah. Still a demon.
Awesome. Can you when you set that up for me, sorry?
Yes.
You might want to turn the buzzing off of that one. The other one is doing the old buzz. So Ashrah, another character. Oh,
Lost my mic.
we're good.
Whatever.
Super excited. I loved being in the crowd when you see this a character like when Havoc popped,
Yeah.
and when Ashrah popped, and you have all these people being like, and of course there are some people because I saw some videos later of people who like it's been so long, like you said,
Yeah.
where they're like, who is it? And it takes them a second, then they're like, oh.
Oh yeah, when
that's
you
who
haven't
it
seen
is.
a character for 16 years,
Right.
It's completely acceptable for you to have to think about who it is, or if you got it wrong, it's okay.
my
You
gosh,
know,
it's
like,
the
Just
wolf.
something like it was that was really cool. It's just because
shit,
I think
take the
one of the we
boots.
said earlier, but like we kept on teasing.
That shit was
That was
funny.
getting teased
Just
over
for
a little
and over
bit.
again.
We did a little
funny,
bit.
And
but
just knowing in my heart
can't
what it
believe
was
it,
really
man.
going to be,
For
how long it was going to be, and I mean,
many people didn't know who Serena was.
right?
Right. And with her now having more of this demon form and things like that, right? Even more misleading. Okay to not know, you know, for sure.
But had a really great time with that, and I'm very excited today too because I'm actually going to be doing a character breakdown today.
You're gonna do a character breakdown. How many times are you gonna mess up inputs?
I don't know.
Okay.
You have been playing Geras a lot, so I have confidence.
I have, and we Steph and I went through it yesterday, and I feel like it went okay, and I was
Okay.
I'm not doing a bunch of like that.
you mean-
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
and that's the cool thing. Let me just talk real quick about Geras. Is he has a lot of tricky stuff you can do, but just on a base level, you can still, if you're not an uber pro, you can still do a chunky amount of damage.
Okay. Okay.
So Geras, just a quick thing about Geras' gameplay. He's a brawler,
Yeah.
right? But there are times where Geras wants to keep you away, like you want to stay away from them. So Geras can set up some of the traps we've been talking about that I'll be showing you in a little bit. So he can lock you down in those ways as well. I think Geras is going to be good for really a lot of players who like command grabs, players who like big brawlers, players
Players
who
like to play like Tyler.
players like but then also he has a lot of sort of maybe I guess upper level moves that some of the higher level players can leverage too.
Oh, yeah,
Which
yeah, yeah.
I've been playing Geras for a little bit now, and I'm just starting to test those.
Geras was pretty popular in MK11.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think in this game he's definitely a thinking man's grappler and
Right.
brawler.
Oh, see that
Well,
may be a problem.
Could be a problem. So let's actually go ahead and talk about him. I am gonna go with I went with
Gorgeous
Goro.
stage. Oh my
Mainly
gosh,
because I
bro.
love Goro, and also he does help with my game plan a lot, and we'll
Right.
go through that in a little bit.
And you like a team of bigs.
I do. So just real quick, Geras has a couple. Goro has a couple moves. He has. Punch in
we're
the
seeing
air, right? So
Goro.
you can do that.
Punch,
To,
yep.
You can do that to sort of elongate combos sometimes, things like that.
Yes.
He also has Stomp.
You
Which-
can't have Goro without Stomp.
Now listen, Stomp is different.
Oh.
Stomp takes your entire bar.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, it is full.
Oh,
So if I know who will
wow.
go
Okay,
Stomp,
I mean, that's a good
you
way
have
of,
to
like,
commit to it.
balancing it.
And then finally, he has a thing called the omelet,